I'm going to move on to what my husband will be taking. I really wish I could remember who I heard this from, but somebody on here mentioned a really good multivitamin for men. It's by GNC, Ultra Mega Green. They said that they started giving this to their husband, and their husband's sperm count skyrocketed in a matter of a handful of months. Again, you know what, if you're listening to this and you're the person who said this, please put a note below. I really want to give you credit. I just can't remember who it was that I originally heard this by. I did some research of all of the vitamins that are supposed to be important for men's fertility health, and this has almost all of them in it. Almost. My husband has high viscosity, and he has slightly higher than normal round cell count. So that's what I'm targeting his list on. I'm starting with this. I've got a list here of some of the vitamins that I did do research on that really should be in a men's multivitamin, even if you don't get this one. These are some of the things you should be looking for. They should have amino acid, particularly L-carnitine, C-A-R-N-I-T-N-E. I'm probably mispronouncing that. They should have vitamin A. They should have vitamin B6 with zinc for absorption, at least 50 milligrams. What I just found out about this is zinc deficiency has been known to cause infertility in animals. So I'm going to make sure he gets all the zinc he needs. The multivitamin should also have B12, a ton of vitamin C. Of course, that helps with all kinds of things, not just fertility. You want to go with a 500 to 1,000 milligrams. Vitamin E should be in there. Selenium. You want to look for selenium because selenium help with properly shaped sperm and count. There's some research on that. I'm going to mispronounce this. I'm sorry. Manganese, M-A-N-G-A-N-E-S-E, should also be in there. And zinc, 10 to 30 milligrams of zinc. Now here's some of the stuff I found out about zinc. Zinc can reduce excess estrogen in male tissue. And every time they ejaculate, they lose 5 milligrams. So make sure he gets plenty to put those levels back up where they belong. And if your man loves coffee, like mine loves coffee, coffee can inhibit zinc absorption. So try to get him to drink a little less, 1 or 2 cups a day. Try not to go above that. Normal size cups. My husband, his cups are the size of this, like, probably bigger than that box. His cups are huge, right? Yeah. Coffee cups. Just putting it out there. Okay, so that is what I got him. That's what he'll be taking. This is 2 caps to get the full dose. Not too bad. It is a GNC product. And one of these boxes has 60 in it. Okay, so that's what he's starting with. I'm running out of room on my desk, sorry. There we go. Okay. The other thing he will be taking is COQ10. This is Doctor's Best High Absorption COQ10 soft gels, 100 milligrams plus black pepper extract essentially for absorption. This is supposed to also be important for male fertile health. Cellular structure essentially is what this comes down to. I didn't, unfortunately, write down all of my notes on this, but if you look this up on Google, you will find this is listed in just about any website that tries to tell you what the important vitamins and amino acids are to take for fertility. So he will be taking this. He will also be taking omegas. Super Omega 369, try to cover them all. This To get the full dose, which is 1,200 milligrams, you have to take 2. He'll probably be taking one in the morning and one in the night. Essential fatty acids, omegas, you should try and get up to 2,000 milligrams apparently. But some of the other stuff he's taking does have omegas in it, so I think he'll be fine with just taking one of these, or 2 of these, I'm sorry. Omegas are hormone regulators also. They've been known, they've been linked to that. And DHA has been found in sperm tails. It's part of what gives the sperm their tails. So if he doesn't have enough DHA going on, hypothetically speaking, you could end up with the round cells or the sperm that aren't shaped properly and that kind of stuff. So that's why he'll be taking this. He will also be taking, at least at first, Fairhaven Health's, the men's fertility aid, and the motility boost. This is the same concept as the Ova boost for me. You take this in conjunction with this. You don't have to, but you can. And this is the same thing with the doses. I'm not going to get back into that, so he may not be taking the full doses. Same exact reasons as mine. The motility boost is essentially a crud load of vitamin B6 and B12, and again, one of their blends with a lot of herbs in it. That does happen to include NAC and L-carnitine and CoQ10, so there's my point. But he will be taking at least partial doses of these. All right, and I'm back to the NAC. He will be taking this also. Aside from the stuff that I found about my end of this supports cellular health, and there's research out there that this reduces mucus and can help with chronic bronchitis. My husband has all of those. He has postnasal drip, he has chronic bronchitis, and he has high viscosity. A lot of people think that, you know, the mucus up here isn't related to the mucus everywhere else. It is. It's not just in one particular part of the body. If you are a mucusy kind of person, you're going to have mucusy kind of issues everywhere. Dr. Oz actually recommends this stuff if you have chronic bronchitis. Google it. So that is why he will be taking this. I am hoping it helps with the high viscosity, and maybe it'll help him with the other issues he has going on that makes him miserable a couple of times a year during particular seasons. And again, this is by Now, and it is NAC for short, but the full name is N-acetylcysteine. At least that's how I'm saying it. Okay. The one thing I didn't get for him, because I believe it's in some of the blends in there, is ginseng. You heard me mention Dong Quai and what it does for females. Essentially, ginseng is the same concept, only for guys. It's not just an energy thing. It's supposed to help with other things on the guy's end also. I didn't get him that, though. I may go back and do that eventually. All right, I think that brings me to finishing all of the pills. Quickly, some of the other stuff we will be using. Pre-seed. I don't like pushing sellers, but please go back and watch one of my videos, and if you don't have someone you can buy this from, or you don't care who you buy it through, look up the seller Baby Hopes on Amazon. They're wonderful people, and they sell this. Okay, I will also, one second, I will also be doing OPKs. I have these, I get these off of Amazon. These are the cheapy little strips. You know, everybody's seen these, right? I'll be using these. I will probably also be using this. Clear Blue. I'll probably be getting refills. Actually, I'm not sure if they sell refills of this or if you have to buy the whole thing. Again, I don't know if someone knows, message me below. Again, I got this off of Amazon. You can get it at the drugstore. I like the fact that this one gives you extra symbols. It gives you low, high, and peak, not just good or bad. Supposedly, it's supposed to be one of the best ones out there, so we'll see. So I'll be using this, and I'll be using these for my LPKs. I'll probably be getting more of these. Baby Hopes also sells these, but there's a ton of other sellers that do too, and they're just as good. Okay, the jury's still out on this. I did get it. DIVA cup. This is a menstrual cup. A lot of the TTCers also use this after baby dancing. The concept is you put it up in there. It suction. This particular one essentially kind of suctions to your pelvis, your pelvic area, I should say, and it keeps the swimmers close to where they belong versus kind of falling out of you like a waterfall as soon as you start to move around. Good concept, but I don't know, it looks a little scary to me. I probably will do it. There are other people that also use, I believe they're called soft cups. They are disposable ones. If you haven't looked into these, maybe research both of them. I personally think that the DIVA cups or the moon cups, I don't know, I think they make more sense to me because of where you place them and how they position, how you're supposed to position them inside of yourself. I think this concept kind of sounds like the better one that would keep the swimmers closer to where they belong instead of falling out of you. This comes in 2 sizes. Number 1 is for anyone who hasn't had a baby. No, I haven't had a baby, but it's also for anybody 30 or under. I am 34. Number 2 is over 30 or have had a baby, so that's why I got number 2. We'll see if they're right. Okay. Oh, and the have had a baby thing doesn't matter if it was vaginal or C-section. If you have, you're supposed to get size 2. What else do I have? What else do I have? I will be doing charting. I get my charts. I kind of do double duty. I don't know why I do, but I get my paper charts through the bump. They just have everything and anything on here that you could possibly want to keep track of. I also use Fertility Friend. You know what? I don't have the VIP membership. Is it worth it? Can someone give me some feedback on that? Let me know. I also use Pink Pad, which is an app, but that's not really for a fertility tracker, but I do use that. Oh, and considering all of these pills we're taking, may I suggest a couple of these, because I don't know about you, but I can keep track of all those pills, especially at, I don't know, 6 in the morning when I'm getting up to get ready for work. I got this off of Amazon. One for me, one for my husband. Here's a spot for AM and PM. I mean, okay, here's my hand. All right, so each one of these little things is, you know, you can fit a pretty good amount of pills in there. So I got 2, one for me, one for him. He can't mess it up, I can't mess it up. It's a happy, happy world. I mentioned briefly the Fertility. That's this. There is, this is sold through Fairhaven Health. It's whole leaf tea. I don't have a lot left. I need to order more. But it kind of looks like weeds in plain old English. It really does. It looks like weeds. But it smells great. It tastes great. It has a little bit of pepperminty flavor in it. Peppermint's always a good thing. It's kind of like one of those herbal complexes in tea form. It has a lot of awesome stuff in it. Fertility has chastaberry, green tea, red raspberry leaf. You heard me talk about that. Lady's mantle, nettle leaf, peppermint leaf. This bag is supposed to last you 1 month, by the way, if you take it the way they tell you to. Nettle leaf, by the way, helps you absorb all of these awesome vitamins we'll be taking. I already believe I mentioned that red raspberry leaf is supposed to tone the uterus and the muscles of the pelvic region. There's other things in here that are high in calcium. Pretty much everything in here kind of works together. Now, that seller that I mentioned on Amazon, Baby Hopes, they sell something else that looks exactly like this. I don't know, I'm sure they don't make it, but there's probably another company that makes it. It looks exactly like this, the same packaging, the same color and everything, only it's called Preggy Tea. It's essentially the same thing, but in all honesty, and I'm sorry, I'm going to go back. It's called preconception tea. That's what it says up here instead of fertility. And in all honesty, I read what this has in it, and I read what the preconception tea has in it, and I actually think I'm going to be getting the preconception tea because it has more herbal stuff in it. They're both good, though, and I can tell you this stuff tastes good. I'm honestly not sure if you're supposed to, if it matters if you drink it hot or cold. You want to make it hot, but then I ice it. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. I just think it tastes better. Well, not necessarily better. I just like iced tea. What can I tell you? All right. And I'm trying to remember if I forgot anything because that was a lot. That was a whole lot. Side note, I haven't decided, I may do some acupuncture. I have an awesome chiropractor who's also an acupuncturist. I heard about the saliva microscopes. I almost ordered one. Still not sure on that. The one thing I didn't show you is, like I said, I'm charting. This is the Basal thermometer I use. Got it off of Amazon. It does have one memory, so you can take it at 6 a.m. and go back to sleep on a Saturday and worry about what it says later. Pardon me, I have a little kitten who's trying to knock over my iPad. And it does have a light. That's why I liked it, because there's not like 1 ounce of light in my bedroom. I think I married a vampire, but that's another story. But no, seriously, I highly recommend one with a light, with a memory. Some of them out there have like a memory of 5, like 5 of the last temps that you took. I didn't see a need for that, but that's probably nice, just in case you, I don't know, thought you wrote it down and actually didn't. I'm sure that will eventually happen to me. Now that I've said it, it'll probably happen tomorrow and the day after that. But I did, again, I got this off of Amazon. You can get them at any drugstore. There's a whole bunch of different ones. This does have AccuBeep on it. Essentially, it does a little beep every couple seconds to make sure it's working. I'm sorry. My little kitten is being persistent. I'm going to put him in my lap. And it beeps every like 4 seconds to tell you that it's working, and then it does a fast beep to tell you that it's done. If you're concerned about waking up your partner, my husband didn't even stir, and I expected him to hear this. He didn't hear a thing, so it works fine. Not too much to worry about there. Past that, I think the only other thing that I'm going to try to do, just because there's so many different scientific researches on it, I'm going to try and stay away from aspartame. They keep going back and forth as to whether or not it's good for you or not. That kind of makes me nervous. The FCC claims it's okay in moderation, but I don't know. I'm just going to try and stay away from it. If I use any fake sugars, it'll probably be stevia or Truvia, because it comes from plants and that just sounds better to me. And I hope I didn't forget everything. These are all of my notes. I think that's it. If anybody has any comments on what I'm doing, if there's anything that you've heard anything about, please leave it below. One other thing. The other thing that I will be doing is once we're cleared to start TTCing again, I don't think that's going to be until the end of June because we have to wait 2 cycles after my DNC. That is going well. It's going on schedule. Yay, yay. AF is coming when she's supposed to. She did show up. Once we're cleared to actually start TTCing again, there's a lot of videos, there's a couple of videos on here about pineapple core. Pineapple core for implantation. Again, I heard about this originally through Leigh Inafishbowl. I will try and link that one below as well. Pretty much you chop the pineapple core up into 5 pieces and you chow down on 1 piece per day, 5 days after, 1 day each for 5 days after you ovulate. It's supposed to help with implantation. So I will probably be doing that also because pineapple is yummy and I don't see a problem with that. Okay, so as I was saying, I think that's it. I think that's it for sure now. Any comments? Anything you think I'm doing good? Anything you think I'm doing bad? Any extra information anyone can give me? I am open for any and all comments. Thank you so much for sticking with me. If you're still listening to this to the end, thank you very much, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.